the razzmatazz and we meet together and we have a bit of a party going when we introduce our teams. So you know what, we just spoke about it, getting used to the new normal, you know, looking at yourself on a TV screen. But yes, background. I won't tell you why netball is the home of champions. I'm not going to give out. I know Western Cape is undercover listening and looking at who the team is. I know it for sure. Look, they will definitely tune in. I know Kingdom Stars, you know, they just moved up to the A division. They are watching undercover, definitely. I spoke to one of the players last night and she was, but who's that and who's that? I said, hey, we've got a team reveal. Wait. You can't ask me these questions. You know, the Netball Premier League is now this year 7 years old. And Gauteng Province hosted 6 years of it. This will be the first year that Gauteng Province is not involved in the hosting. The competition is going to Mangaung. I think we can not thank COVID for that, because at that stage when we had to submit plans, then obviously Gauteng was still a hotspot regarding COVID and Mangaung was the winners. And for this year, we will give it to them. But like they famously say, in 2021, we will be back as hosts. It is a fantastic opportunity to host. We love hosting this competition. I think in Gauteng, we absolutely just have the best supporters ever. Telkom has been the sponsor for this league for the past 2 years. And at a recent media launch, they just announced excitingly that they're going to be the sponsor for another 3 years, build up to the World Cup 2023. Now, you know, the World Cup 23 is something huge. It's going to take place in Cape Town. And before I get too carried away, you know, because I do get carried away by these things, back home, the Gauteng Jaguars has played in 6 of the finals, and they are the defending champions. They've been winning for the past 3 years. The winning recipe in Gauteng, it's all about teamwork. It's all about the girls in Gauteng know in the senior elite. It's not just a 1 hour training session, and then we go to play to TNL. This is a commitment. Being a senior elite player, there is an expectation. They know exactly what is expected of them, as well as the 2 coaches. They know what is up for grabs. And I'm going to be very bold, and I hope all of them are listening. Elaine, I hope you guys from Northwest, and Tanny Benny there from Western Cape, I hope you're listening, because I'm saying this now live on air. 2020, my prediction is 2 teams in the finals for Gauteng. That is all. So no pressure, coaches. Jenny Dumi, no pressure at all, but we want 2 medals this year. This is what it is. I know that the quality of players and the quality of coaches can bring that home for us. We are the home of champions. So there's that a bit of confidence.
I love it. I love the confidence. We definitely are the home of champions. So 2 teams in the final, I can see that. Yeah, I can definitely see that. It's a pity I won't be in Bloemfontein to witness it, but yeah, and I can see it happening. No pressure, coaches, no pressure. But we can do it.
You know, Munira, we're taking part in a bio bubble, but I've been thinking, you know, I've been applying for a compliance officer. I've been applying for a technical official. I even applied for the assistant coach for the Fireballs, just to get into this bio bubble to see the finals.
Wow.
So now, yeah, you must know how serious I am about this situation. So now I'm contemplating how I'm just going to break all the compliance rules and just watch the finals, you know. That is it. That's
just getting into the bio bubble. Thank you very much.
Just getting into that bio bubble, yeah.
No, you're going to get in there. I believe you will. You will. Okay? To walk the 2 teams in, the Fireballs and the Jaguars. Eh?
Oh, that's going to be a pleasure.
Thank you very much, Rihanna. We're going to move on to Jenny, and who's the coach of the Gauteng Jaguars, and defending champions. How does it feel, Jenny?
Well, honoured and obviously proud of the girls. It's a few years that all of us has worked so hard to get into that position, and thankful that it's us for a week or 2 longer still. And hopefully again.
No, definitely. Hopefully, again, we need to be able to lift that trophy again. Hey, we are the home of champions, and we keep saying that. And I know other provinces who are watching are sitting there saying they think they're the home of champions. No, we don't think we are, and we know, and we will be bringing it home, definitely. I know I'm supposed to allow you a chance to just announce your team, but I'm gonna move to Dumi a little bit and just. Dumi, semi-final? You're bringing it, right?
Semi-final, yeah, definitely semi-final.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And final?
Well, the president has already given us her mandate. Our job is to implement the mandate that has been passed down from the president. So we listen quite well, and we will deliver on that.
So you listen quite well and definitely deliver on that. So
it's instruction from the boss lady.
Definitely instructions from the boss lady there. Jenny, I'm gonna give you a chance to introduce your team. Just sharing your video quickly onto the screen. The Gauteng Jaguars, defending champions, live on our screens.
Hi, my name is Seth Griesel. I'm the captain of the Jaguars team. I play center, wing attack, and goal attack. And if I could have a superpower, it would definitely be to be invisible.
Hello, my name is Tracy Mtinzi. I play center and wing attack. If I had a special power, it would be teleportation.
Hi, I'm Danielle van Stel. I play goal attack, wing attack for Gauteng Jaguars. And if I had to choose a superpower, I would definitely be a shapeshifter.
Hi everyone, my name is Nezipunjang Ase. I play goal defense and wing defense. My superpower is
I'm Anisha Fulda. I play goal shooter for the Gauteng Jaguars. Superpower would be to eat and not gain weight.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Ntuli and I play wing defense and goal defense for the Gauteng Jaguars. If I could have a superpower, I'd like to have telekinesis.
Hello, I'm Chantal Swart. I play goal attack, goal shooter for the Gauteng Jaguars, and my superpower would be to read people's minds.
Hi, my name is Melodine Jacobs. I play with goal defense, wing defense. If I had a superpower, it would be to be invisible.
Hello everyone, my name is Jamie van Beek. I play goal defense, and my superpower would be invisible.
Hi, my name is Okosia Mensa. I play goal defense, and if I had a superpower, it'd be the ability to fly.
Hello everyone, my name is Alice Kennan. I play goal shooter, and if I could have a superpower, it would be to
Hi, my name is Lungile Mtembu. I play wing defense, and if I had a superpower, it definitely will be telekinesis, and I'm vice captain.
Hi everyone, my name is Jasmine Zigamar. I play goalkeeper, and if I had a superpower, it would be teleportation.
Hi, I'm Marlies de Bruin. I'm vice captain of the Jaguars. I play center, wing defense. If I could have a superpower, it would be to time travel.
So there you go, the other 9 provinces. That is the Gauteng Jaguars. Watch out, we're coming for you. We're bringing it home, definitely. Now, Dumi, I'm now going to introduce the Fireballs, the other team that's going to be bringing it home. We all agree? Definitely the other team that's bringing it home. So I hope the other provinces are watching, whether you're undercover, whether you are live. We're taking this. It's ours. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I just have a bit of a technical glitch, but I'm here. Let's go. We're ready to go.
I'm Bongi Solving. I play center and wing attack.
I'm Izaldi Garbage and I play goal defense and goalkeeper.
My name is Gamkhelo Maseko and I play goal attack.
I'm Bebeli Dichake and I play the wing defense position.
Hello, I'm Lisa Kruger and I play goal shooter.
Hi, my name is Melanie De Lange and I play goal defense and wing defense.
My name is Panashe Chiranga and I play wing defense and goal defense.
Hi, my name is Rens Pistols and I play goal attack.
Hi, I'm Romain Bag and I play center.
I'm Snem Somri, I play wing attack and center.
Hello, I'm Tala Venter and I play goal attack and wing attack.
My name is Tamika van Dijk and I play goal shooter and goalkeeper.
Hello, my name is Chinam Dao and I play wing attack and wing defense.
My name is Alele Vimbela, and I play goalkeeper and goal defense.
Dumi, I've got to ask, were you trying to intimidate the other teams by having the Proteas captain on your team?
I had no say in any of that. I was just impressed that they actually pulled it off. But nope, I didn't want to intimidate anyone. I think it's the alphabetic order. Her name is Bongiwe, so B came first, unless there was someone else with a name that started with an A. I don't know. Okay. I had no say in that.
Munira, if I can say something, you can see it's on. The game is on. Yeah. We've started it. The game is on. I mean, if they start their shows with their Protea players, the game is on. Know it out there. It's definitely on.
No, I felt intimidated.
No, we started with the fire. We started with the fire.
I know. I'm scared. I see a fire, and then the next minute, woo, Protea's captain. Like, okay. Well, I hope the
yes, but how fantastic is that? I mean, at the end of the day, we've got so many brilliant players in Gauteng. I'm really hoping, I've said it a few years in a row, I would love a Gauteng final. Now, obviously, I mean, we've got a lot of strong teams, that is going to be, I think, one of the most competitive years ever for this competition. But I am really going to push hard, and we really want to play in that finals against each other. But let's first make it to the semi-finals. That would be step number one for all of us.
No, you're going to make it through the
semi-finals. Jenny, if I can say so quickly, I think you guys have made a commitment to be in the finals. So no pressure there, but let's just make sure we get there.
No, we'll just be sitting and watching and going, okay, next. Yeah, we're there. Now it's time to bring it home, right? I'm going to go over to the coaches now and just ask you a few questions. I'm going to come to you, Jenny, and just like preparing mentally and physically for the TNL. How is it for you, and how is it for the players?
Well, I think, this was a special and very weird year for everybody, everywhere. You don't choose a team sport because you like to train alone. You get some of those crazy girls like Bongi and Mara that really loves to train on their own. They just train. But we choose team sport because we love to be between people. And I think that was the one thing that all the South African netball players, and everybody all over the world that plays netball, I mean, you had to make that commitment, and you had to take ownership of your own performance for the majority of the time. And we kept it quite interesting, and we worked through a 24-week phase that was brutal, but also necessary. And the foundation has been laid. And I think, we could really get them back on track. So yes, definitely this whole process is just going to make everybody more mentally tough. And yes, anything can happen in the next week or two. And I'm just looking forward to playing some netball, and I think everybody can agree with that. But secondly, it's so exciting because it's something totally different. We have never played a tournament for 2 full weeks. That's a lot of netball. That's 13 matches in 14 days. I mean, come on, that's going to be something to prepare for.
Definitely making up for last time, eh?
Yep.
Dumi, I mean, I know when lockdown started, I watched quite a few of your videos and stuff, and to be honest, I actually tried to do some of the skills that you were trying to teach your players or wanting your players to. I didn't succeed, but anyway, I tried. How do you think lockdown affected, like, also emotionally, that preparation on their own, but also with regards to, I mean, you were sending out training sessions to the players and preparing them. And, Jenny did say, you don't play a team sport to play alone or to train alone. So what kind of impact do you think that would have had on the players, be it positive or negative?
Well, one thing that Jenny already said was that none of us were prepared for what we've gone through the past 6 months. So that is not only physically, emotionally, mentally as well, because all of a sudden you were not allowed to do certain things that you either enjoyed doing, wanted to do, or liked doing, and one of them being netball. So the emotional impact that it might have had is that all of a sudden, remember, some of our athletes, be it netball players, soccer players, or whatever, most athletes have their self-identity, their self-esteem, their self-worth attached to the sport. Now the sport was all of a sudden taken away. So now how do they then now identify themselves? Because now all of a sudden I'm not a netball player. All of a sudden I'm not an athlete. I'm not a sports person. So it forced us to go beyond what the only one thing that we used to define ourselves. So the perseverance and the resilience for them to last through the 6 months and sorry, and still have at some point at the end of the tunnel, the possibility of having a TNL can only bear positive results for the girls, that it prepared them mentally, that they've wanted this thing for so long. They've waited so long for this thing, and it's finally here. And I think now we are starting to appreciate those little things even more, because we realize that it can be taken away from us at any point in time. So the emotional part will come with them being grateful for the opportunity to even step onto a netball court and play netball. Then number two, it's the thing of, okay, so this is what we've wanted. It's finally here. Are we ready for it? Because like you said, physically, we were sending programs. I know the Jaguars were sending programs, Fireballs were sending programs. All other teams that have high performance systems in their province were sending programs to their players to train. But then also it was a challenge for us as coaches to then find innovative way to keep the girls focused, keep the girls focused on the game, focused on training, but making it more fun, and actually bringing other aspects of training and not just the physical, because you need this and you need a bit of heart as well to play netball. So, yep, emotional strain they did take, but like Jen said, they're going to come out better. Hopefully the 14 days won't take too much of a toll on their little bodies.
Before I come back to the coaches, I'm going to throw in Rihanna here a little bit. Okay, as much as you're not a coach, but you know, you've fully invested in netball, and as an administrator as well in netball. Emotionally, for yourself as well, and for the teams that you manage, how do you think lockdown and COVID-19 has affected the players, the coaches, the admin staff, and do you think that would have also affected the preparation for the team? Mute.
Yeah, to be very honest, Munira, I had to take a crash course in resilience. You know, the first week we got to stay home and start working. We were working from 6 in the morning till late at night. There were no boundaries. We were just working. And then I said, okay, wait, this is not going to work for me, because, you know, I really did a crash course in resilience. I even did a little course how to work from home, because, you know, home for us is staying in hotels, traveling, being at office, managing teams. You're so busy. This is our busy season. We were knocking on, doing all our outreach projects, doing our fundraising projects, and it all came to a stop. And then the difficult part starts. And I don't know if the two coaches would like to mute their screens now, but goodness, managing these coaches, asking me every day, when is netball starting? When can we start? Can we not start in a group? Can we not do this? Can we not do this? And then I, you know, patiently, I work out an operational plan. I send it forward. At one stage, Coach Jenny said, if you send me another operational plan, I said, well, I need to keep you busy. I need to keep you focused. And you know, it was really, really tough. I personally worked out about 5 operational plans for both of these teams, because it's both unique coaches looking at what they need. And I tell you, The moment I got the permit, I had wine. I said, here's your permit and here's my wine. I was so glad that these girls can go back on court and have contact time. Because you know what, it's very easy to tell a netball player, train at home. They're dedicated, but what do they measure themselves about? We were talking about it, you know, we do times, we do measure this, but how will you push yourself all the time? It's the same for the coaches. Why must I do it today if I can do it tomorrow? Because what would change? So to keep them motivated, to keep them in the loop and keep them excited. Because there were one stage where I thought, well, you know what, we're not going to come back this year. And then we started putting Netball South Africa under pressure to say, hey, if we don't have 7 weeks, you don't have teams. And Netball South Africa really put the government under pressure. I know Ms. Mami Diali, I've spoken to her 10 times a day. Don't you have a permit? Don't you have a permit? And I promise you, when that permit came through, it was a push of a button and the 2 teams' plans were there. And immediately my letter came back. And that's when I had the wine. But from there, the teams immediately, the players, there was just a new vibe. You know what, you could tell them social distance, but that smiles just brought everybody together. They were ready. They battled. I can tell you now, the first session I saw, you know, they looked like, okay, what is happening there? Where is the spatial awareness? But that took them an hour because they are born elite players. And it was difficult keeping everybody motivated. I won't lie. Went through a heck of a process in doing that. Even the administrators, you know how much work can you give an administrator in 6 months preparing for one competition? You plan your recovery food quite a couple of times, you know. So, yes, I am very happy. And you know what, the 2 teams are experienced teams. I see, when I look at the teams, I see the youngsters as well. I think the youngsters must be so glad to get, but they must be scared as well. But they must be so glad to be back on court. But it's an overpowering starting line that these ladies has. But, you know, these ladies are also challenging these 2 coaches because they are expecting more than just coaching. They expect brilliant plans. But I also know that these ladies has been preparing. So from now on, ladies, my number is engaged. You are on your own. And by the 8th, when you get on the bus, I will do, bye, you're going to buy a bubble. Hopefully I can go on holiday now. No, not really. But, you know, it took a lot of resilience. It took a lot of patience and really careful planning. We had stakeholders, you know, I've been talking to Marissa Rose so many times saying, Marissa, how are we going to do this? How are we going to pull this off? Because financially, participating in a bio bubble, the preparation, is much more expensive than what we ever expected because there's other compliance rules that needs to be in place. But you know what, the Department of Sport was also fantastic. And you know, they were supportive all the time. So I'm really happy that we are back. I'm really happy that we've got like 9 days left and, you know, then it's action. Then they move into the bio bubble.
Thank you very much, Rihanna. It is true, hey, that I think a lot of sporting codes have been just sitting there thinking, when are we going back? I mean, I get so many WhatsApps and SMSs like, so can we go back to play now? Can we go back to play now? It's a very stressful time for sports people, whether you're an athlete, whether you're an administrator, because I think all you ever know or all you want to do is either get back on that track, get back on that court and do what you do best, right? So definitely not easy. I'm going to come to you, Jenny, and I want to ask, as a coach, just as a coach and as an award-winning coach, a cup-winning coach, how have you personally, as a coach, your preparations been, and what kind of, I wouldn't say hurdles you'd experienced, but what is it, what challenges have you planned for, which you would see ahead of time to say these are the kind of challenges that we would have experienced?
Well, what have I not planned for? That should be the question, because over the past few weeks, there's been so many new things that was added on to the plans we already had. And we've always settled with a 5-phase plan, with phase number 5 being the actual playing the match itself. And I think to me, it was quite important this year. Now look, we are all about winning. We play to win. That's what we do. We don't mess around with that. That's why we play netball. And I think for any top netball team, top netball player, any other sports team, if that's not the goal, then what would be the goal? And I think that was quite a big one for us, because we got to a stage where it was more a case of, I said to them, number one will be protect. Number one, our most important priority will be to protect, not just to protect ourselves, but to protect each other. We need to protect each other, to keep each other healthy, and we also need to protect by doing the right preparation so that we can prevent injuries. Now, I mean, I don't know any other sport where you really have to stop dead in your tracks every single time you catch that ball. So obviously that is quite a story, but that's also one of the biggest risks for us. So you don't get injured when you are in the air. You get injured when you actually land. And sorry about that. I've got a 4-year-old at home. So that's a part of life. I always laugh at the videos where other people's children come in and talk, and now it's happening to me right at this moment. Can you believe that? In any case, he's also been super throughout the process, because it's not easy to stay in a house with a mom that just wants to coach. So I actually coached him quite a lot. He can catch and he can pass and he can do quite a few things. And then I started coaching myself. But in any case, yes, to me, the protection needs to be there. We need to protect each other, and that should be number one. And then we need to start to get to a position where we can perform. And that's where we are currently busy, what we are currently busy working at. And obviously at the end of the day, it's about perfection, to get all those skills, to get that combinations, to get the team to sync well. So yes, we obviously, and the other very important part is, even if you're scared or not of the coronavirus, if you test positive, you don't go. So obviously that's also something at the back of all the coaches' minds. We don't live in fear, but it's a reality that if somebody does test positive, unfortunately, or get injured, you need to have a backup plan in place as well.
No, I think most definitely. I mean, as a coach, I guess injury is always your main worry, but now you've got coronavirus to also worry about. So it cannot be easy planning for all of that.
Yes, definitely not. And I think, because we'll only know in a few years' time how it influences the players that maybe did fall sick or that will still fall sick. And to me, we've got such a bunch of top players in Gauteng at the moment. I always tell our president, you know what, Netball South Africa selects our teams for us, because if you take out all the players that's in national squads as it is, then the two teams are already selected, and that's great because they always work hard. But the thing is, you need to be realistic, and so also the contingency plan of, if somebody does fall sick, are we just going to let that person go, or what's the plan there to make sure that the lung, that the heart, that everything is functioning well before you bring them back onto court? And I mean, this has influenced everybody on every level, and a lot of our players as well. So I think at the end of the day, that part stays the most important, to make sure that our players are ready for the next World Cup that's in South Africa. And obviously we want a few of the Gauteng players there.
We wouldn't mind the whole squad.
I do have a lot of good players in South Africa, so this is going to be interesting. I don't want to be in the national coach's position. I think she just wants to see netball and wants to see the players, because I think that's also been quite a frustrating part, getting that position and then just being stuck in that position, I think that's going to be so interesting to see how the players have developed, even if it was just by most of it training themselves.
Yeah, look, most definitely. I think it also taught a lot of players, not that they lack discipline, but it taught them a lot more discipline, that I don't have to have a scheduled time that every day I need to be at training at this time, but I got to make sure that I keep fit. I got to make sure that I'm always on top of my game, because whether COVID or lockdown ends today or tomorrow, I still need to be able to make that squad. So it's up to me at the end of the day.
Definitely, and also your resilience. I think that was our most important word throughout the whole lockdown. You know, it was, you know, at some stages you will fall down a little bit. At some stages you won't be in top form. At some stages you won't feel it. You won't feel like training. But it's not just about training all the time. It's about when you do slip up, when you do fall, how quickly can you get back up? Because that resilience is such an important characteristic to have on court. I mean, everybody plays to win, but even in a match, it goes up, down, up, down, up, down. And in that last final 5 minutes, you know, that's where resilience really plays a part. And that's where you want your players to say, okay, you know what, we can do this. So we've got this. And that's also when big things or small little wrong calls that you think is a wrong call or whatever will throw one team and another team will just carry on and do the business that's supposed to be done. So resilience is quite important.
Most definitely. Dumi, I'm going to move over to you. Preparation for you as a coach, how has it been? How has it been focusing on being in that final?
Honestly speaking, it's been hard. It's been hard because the players have been over eager to get onto a court to just play netball. And it was a hard thing for me as a coach to say, like on our first session, to say, no, we cannot do that yet. Because they just want to get on court and play. Forgetting that some of them last played netball last year in August. Some might have last played netball in January. So us having to be the monsters that says, no contact yet, no 100% intensity yet, to protect them from unnecessary injuries, to protect them from hurting themselves or whatever, because you might just take into consideration that if they haven't played netball in about 9 months, their body control is probably out the window. Which means, number one, they'll be rolling their ankles, twisting their knees, bumping into each other, because maybe the decision-making, the vision is out because they were just focused on training by themselves. So it's been hard because at some point I had to be the monster and say, no, we cannot play. We can do position specifics, we can do system, we can do whatever. We cannot get onto the court and full on play. And it was hard for me because all I want to do is to get these girls to play so I can see what they can do on the court together with this one, with that one, so that we can, because on the other hand, the boss lady wants the names, she wants the this, and I'm like, I can't. We haven't seen the girls play for such a long time, and you cannot necessarily judge someone based on how they last played in March when we are now in September. It's been hard, it's been challenging, but I think also teaching the girls, like you were talking about, well, resilience, obviously, and discipline. I think to go with that was accountability and responsibility that came with knowing that I want to make the TNL team. I need to put in the work. If I don't put in the work, I cannot get selected because we don't select you based on your name. So, yep, it was hard, Monira. It was hard. And I know it was even harder for the players because they were literally working for a goal where the goalpost kept being shifted. So it's very hard to work for something that you cannot see, something that you are uncertain whether it's going to happen or not, where it keeps saying, oh no, level 3, level 2, level 1, maybe, maybe not. And to try and ask ourselves as coaches to stay in it and say, okay, this thing is going to happen, come hell or high water. And the next thing, no, we don't have the letter yet. Yes, we can. Okay, rugby can go back. Soccer can go back. What about us? No, you can't go back yet. And then the president sends you another operational plan. And another one. And another one. Because things kept changing. And the unfortunate part is, Monira, is that if we don't submit the paperwork to her, she can do what she needs to do so she can submit so we as Gauteng can get the permission. So it was like a chain of pressure that kept coming to the coaches and the chain of submission that had to go back and take it back. So I think I've brushed up on a lot of my administration skills now, paperwork. I think I can do quite a lot of paperwork now. Thank you, Madam President, for the motivation. But Munira, hard as it was, nothing compares to the feeling of stepping onto a netball court, holding a size 5 Gilbert ball, and you've got these excited netball players that are ready to play, ready to take court, and just do what they love doing best. Yes, it was hard. Yes, we prepared long and hard for this. Now we're taking court, just excited to get to Bloemfontein, and we can get the action rolling with that 2 weeks back-to-back netball matches, which we've never seen before in South Africa.
Yeah, look, I think 2020 came with a lot of things that have never been seen or never been done. But look, I don't think it's impossible. I watched how PSL went all the way through. Winners identified, relegation, promotion, all sorted out. Your team lost in the last game. They didn't lift their trophy, Dumi. It wasn't easy. But look, as challenging as it's going to be, I think for you coaches and for the players as well, it's also going to be very exciting and very interesting, especially since it's the first competitive netball that's coming back. You know, for them, competitive games that are back. So everybody's excited. Yes, there's going to be extra care and extra protection for injury, because with excitement comes a whole lot of other things. But no doubt that the both of you are actually quite excellent coaches, and you've planned for everything. We can't reveal too much. We're on a live platform, you know, public platform. The other teams could be listening, but all we can say is that you're both very experienced coaches, and I'm sure you've prepared for everything. I have no doubt, actually, that you have prepared for everything. See, I think Rachel wants to leave, so I'm just going to hand over to her quickly. Rachel, do you have a question before you leave?
No question, ladies. Sorry, I'm just chasing a deadline now. But I'm looking forward to this year's edition. Thank you so much for this reveal, and I'm excited, really excited. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. Do we have any other questions? I don't see any other questions. No.
I've got a question. I want to know what the Fireball starting line would look like.
We're listening.
I'll wait and see.
So, to be honest, I don't know. Anything is possible. I don't know.
You don't know. Anything's possible. Just anything, okay? Especially since you've intimidated everybody with the Proteas captain, like, you know.
That was not my doing. You can blame that on the tech guys. That was not my doing.
Ira?
I had no say.
Munira, I saw Bongi Masomi practicing her shooting skills during lockdown. I saw it personally. I don't know what the instruction was, but I saw it with my own eyes. So I mean, that starting lineup can be anything.
But I must say, on a more serious note, I think it is important that we get to see the other teams. We need to start preparing, and we have not seen any combinations. You know, we have not seen who's selected in what. And yes, we won't have that. We already don't have enough time as it is, and so I think it's important that that gets out as well.
Yeah, look, most definitely, most definitely. I'm gonna just check for a few questions and see if there's any questions on the live on Facebook.
I actually took note of that, Jenny. I think that was an instruction from the coach to the president. You know, to get the teams out.
I'm gonna read some of the comments before I hand over to Ria for the vote of thanks. Just some of the comments on Facebook. Celeste van der Skeid.
Munira, I think
Hey?
You're frozen. You're sounding like a transformer.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Fine, you're back on.
My apologies. I'm just going to read some of the comments. Celeste van der Skype says, both excellent teams, both got some of the best players. May the best team win, girls. Good luck. I've got Stabile Dladla who says, oh my God, China Mdao to the Fireballs. I'm definitely switching teams this year. Jaguars. Then we have, can everybody hear me? Okay. And then we've got Penelope who says, love both teams. Celeste again says, I agree, Jaguars versus Fireballs in the final. So yes, we're definitely going that way. Mbongeni says that Fireball squad, yo. Stabile says, still shook by Fireball squad. So was I when they intimidated me with the captain. So was I, but yeah. Terry Sue Mill says, awesome Gauteng Jaguars, bring it home. Fireballs versus Jaguars in the final. What a win that would be for Gauteng netball. Yes, please. Yolanda Bezadenot says, well done for all the hard work done by everyone committed to greatness. Let's see, who else is here? Oh, Sabile says, can the coaches please explain how China left the Jaguars? Okay.
I will take that one. China has been a fantastic part of the Jaguars squad for such a long time. But what a lot of people don't know is that she's also currently working, and she's also still studying, and she lives and she works in Joburg. So the decision was to give her an opportunity not to sit in an hour's traffic, hour and a half traffic every day of her life, because this coach likes to train a lot. So we made the decision just to give her a little bit of time, and she really wanted to move over and experience something different. So I think, you know, that's the fun part of it all is, and if you look at all the top teams, the Suncorp, the same player will play for so many different teams depending on where she's needed and what is needed within that team. And China has been a superstar for us, and she has been missed. And I think good luck to her on a new journey. Let's see what she can do that side against us.
Look, yeah, I think most definitely. I also think, Jenny, it also just brings us back to the struggles of sportswomen in our country, and not just our country, but a lot of other countries as well. But more importantly, I mean, we can fix with what's in front of us at the moment. And again, it's that, whether you are a football player, whether you're a netball player or a hockey player, and until such time that the leagues are...
Hello, is it just me?
No, I think her network is problematic, so she keeps cutting off.
Debbie, anything you would like to add there?
Sorry.
we want to take over this thing.
It's the network, guys.
Munira?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Munira, and she doesn't want to keep quiet.
I don't think she can hear us.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, Munira, you're also coming from space now.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to move closer to the screen, and I'm going to move closer to the mic.
And you're frozen.
Are you back?
I'm
frozen.
back.
You're transforming.
I'm frozen now.
Okay, I don't know what's going on, but it's definitely the network. I mean, I've switched network.
Munira?
Yes.
I think we all agree, and viewers agree, that the Gauteng Derby is what everybody's looking for. But we also have a lot of players that are extremely good that we can play around, you know, move players around. So that's how confident we are. So we agree that Gauteng Netball, Gauteng Derby would be a way to go. I think that's the only thing you missed when you were frozen. Welcome back.
Thank you. Now, I was just saying...
Over to Telkom. Telkom might be a better connection for you.
I am on Telkom, by the way.
Oh, my word.
Now, I was just saying to you that I think, you know, speaking of Sheena and you know, her having to work and then drive, and you know what I mean, is a struggle that so many athletes experience, female athletes experience. And until such time that female sport is professionalized, we are going to continuously have such issues. She's fortunate in that, at least in her case, you know, she can still play the sport that she loves. So many others drop out because, you know, I need to earn a salary. I need to work because my sport is not professionalized.
That is very true, Munira. And I think our sponsors and the team are working tirelessly to ensure that, you know, our ladies get, you know, netball is a fully professional sport. Because that's the only way to be competitive, extremely competitive. And I think everybody's working towards it. And until then, we all need to soldier, or it's a bit difficult, but we do.
But also, sorry, Munira, but also, you know, 6 years ago when we started in 2013, or 7 years ago, the ones from 18 to 22, it was a young crowd that we saw. Now we can proudly say we are catering in this, the prestigious TNL League, for players over the age of 25 as well. So for every province, it is one of those goals to keep the players in the province. So we've now in Gauteng started, you know, making a real effort to keep our school players within Gauteng, not to let them go out of Gauteng. So there's a lot of pressure to establish high performance clubs wide of institutions that players can go to and exceed to become junior elite and senior elite. In Gauteng, we've got a big pool of junior elite players that has not been featured yet. So we're finding the ways to feature them as well. But now I can proudly say the average age of the Telkom netball player in the two top teams is 25 and above. We, by a selection framework, force the coaches to select at least three players age of 20 and younger, so that we know that there is a development plan. So that is very good. That is why the China Medals can afford, you know, to work and still train close at home. Yes. And that it's small baby steps, but it is steps in the right direction.
No, look, most definitely, it's baby steps, and yes, steps in the right direction, and still a lot more to be done. Not just for netball. Netball is moving in the right direction, but for other sporting codes, for women in sport as well, definitely still a lot more to be done. But at least the good thing is that she didn't have to give up playing netball, you know. She still has the opportunity and the chance to play the sport that she loves. Unless I'm missing anything, can I go to Ria for the vote of thanks?
Are we there yet? I was actually having more and more fun. Thank you very much, Munira. Look, I think this is a very momentous day that we are celebrating the announcement of the two Gauteng Giants. And I know we set no pressure to the coaches. Would like to have the trophy still stay at home. And a Gauteng derby is not a bad thing, you know. But first and foremost, I'd like to thank you and show some appreciation for being a wonderful host throughout the entire media release. And it's because of the caliber person. A professional, semi-professional sport, and ultimately working behind the scenes in ensuring that we reach our goals. We get in the baby steps, but we are getting there. I'd like to start by appreciating Telkom. I'm hoping that you ladies are using your modems, Telkom modems, of course. Telkom has been a big part of netball, and I'd also like to appreciate SPA. SPA has been good for netball over the past few years, and they're ensuring that a girl child gets an opportunity. We're excited about Puma as well, because our ladies step out in style, you know. We're not going to forget the Renegade, your tweezers that make sure we are fully hydrated, Gilbert, our ball of choice. Super Sport, I mean, the coming few weeks would be very hectic. We'll be seeing these teams live on Super Sport. And it's because of people like that that actually make sure that netball grows and continuously moves so that people can be aware. We'd have more platforms. National Lottery, our National Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, sorry about that, for the continuous movement in netball, because literally these are the people that work tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure that our female gets, I mean, this is the number one female sports in the country. So we need that particular support to be able to grow from it. And obviously number two after rugby. And I also want to make a special mention to Netball South Africa, led by President Cecilia Molokwane and her team, for trying and making sure that this, you know, I was sitting at home at one point and thinking, like all the coaches have been saying, are we going to get there? And ultimately we are here. Very excited about it. And the fact that we cannot still go and see our teams is a concern, but we're getting there. To the Gauteng Netball president, Ms. Rihanna Bezuidenhout, believe me, everybody is up in arms. Everybody is up at 2 a.m. because we need to make sure that our teams are well taken care of. So with you, your executive committee, your board members, the two teams, the two coaches, the players, you've been very, very supportive to the teams, and we really see your drive. We really see Gauteng's vision. And you know, the guidance is very important. We'd also like to thank the Gauteng Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, the Gauteng Sports Confederation, who've played a humongous role in Gauteng netball. But I'm not going to forget our media personnel. You know, with them, we need to make sure that information is shared, people are aware, our teams are well supported. And if there's any, and we're moving forward through with it. So thank you very much to everybody that is making sure that this sport grows to bigger heights. Thank you.
My apologies. Thank you very much. And thank you so much for the kind words. But before I let you guys go, I actually did forget something, and Jenny's also just reminded me. The leadership teams, the coaches, I need you to please announce your leadership teams. We'll start with Jenny.
Thank you. The leadership team for the Gauteng Jaguars is Izet Griesel will be the captain, with Lungi Mtembu and Marlies de Bruin will be the vice captains for the team this season. Quite an experienced group of players, and I think they'll definitely make us proud.
Thank you very much. Dumi, well, we know who your captain is.
You do? Yeah, so I don't have a captain yet. I've got a leadership group of 4 strong, experienced leaders, and they are Giselle Gabbers. I've got Renske Stoltz, we've got Chinakaho Mudau, and Captain Fantastic of the Spar Proteas, Bongiwe Msomi.
Okay, and your support staff?
My support staff, am I going first, or is Jen going to go first with the support staff?
Didn't we do a nice little video with all of their faces on?
I need to find it. Let's see if we have it.
I think we did. That's going to be nice.
With all their faces on.
Thank you so much for us all the time. We need to at least show them. Isn't it fair?
Show their faces.
I think, let me see. I think there's the one. The other one I couldn't open is this one. Let's see. Is that the one?
Yep, that's Fireball.
Okay, with that, the one. The Jaguars one, I'm battling to open. I have the final team. The management video is not opening on my side. I just have the one that's played already. And I just have the one that has played, or the other one is I don't know if you can introduce them, please, Jenny. Yeah.
Yes, it's not only me that's going to put money in the kitty. Yes, yes.
Can you maybe make me the host, then I can share the video? I know I have it on the
Okay,
side.
sure. Let me make you the host.
I don't know if there's another way to share it.
There we go. You are the host.
Haha, no, I'm taking over the world.
I'm so glad you didn't make me the host.
I'm just going to open it up here. I don't have to do that for the moment.
There we go.
Okay. There's no sound available. Jenny van Dijk. That's the coach. That's Candice. She will be our assistant coach, with Lifa being the manager. Andre has been the physio for quite a while, and she'll be joining us. And then Judy will be the statistician of the team, and that will be the team that will be traveling with me to the TNL.
Awesome.
So Jenny, the wild beast versus the wildfire. I'm worried.
We've got nature's force going for us in Gauteng there.
Most definitely, most definitely. I think, ladies, it's really been great. A good team reveal, lots of expectations created and lots of expectations to be achieved and will be achieved. Thank you very much. Thank you for allowing me to host this very important event for Gauteng Netball. And I do wish you all the best, coaches and the teams. But as I say, Gauteng is the home of champions. We are bringing it home. We're going to have the Gauteng Derby in the final. Myself, Rihanna, and Ria, we're going to find a way to get into that bubble. We don't know how, but we're going to find a way. That's going to happen. Thank you very much.
I think both of us can use a masseuse to come in to massage tonight.
Look, Monira, I've taken years practicing this thing in the VIP stand.
You know?
Now I must do this. No ways.
Most definitely. Thank you, everybody who tuned in to watch, and the comments that you've sent through, well appreciated. Ladies, thank you very much. Thank you, members of the media that did join us. Thank you very much. And we are very much looking forward to the TNL. I don't want to be any of the coaches right now, but it's so nice to stand on the sidelines and say you're bringing it home. And but I do believe you will. Definitely. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Monira. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Ria.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.